Welcome to RPR Live, episode number 31. Thank you all for joining tonight. We do have a very special guest in the house tonight, as you probably saw from the thumbnail. We do have Terrence Pop joining us tonight. We had a discussion on his show last night, and we wanted to continue that a bit. So we'll be going into why a lot of modern men are checking out, by choice, out of dating and are just no longer interested in getting into those situations. So on that note, I will take us into our main intro as usual, and we will see you on the other side. Thank you again for joining tonight, and we will see you in a minute. All right, welcome back. Let me get the heavy lifting out of the way first. If you haven't already, check out Jeffrey Paul. He actually wrote, produced, and composed the song you heard for the intro there, and Billy Von Bomb did our deep fake. So if you haven't checked those guys out, please do so. If you would like to support this channel, head over to RedPillRhino.com, and all the links and information are there, especially if you want to donate, you can do so there as well. So let's bring on our guests. First of all, we have Terrence Pop. Welcome to the show for the first time. Thank you, sir.
What's up, you sons of bitches?
Hell yeah, man. Thanks for coming on. I know it was a little bit short notice, but I figured this was a topic worth giving a part two to as well.
Yeah, dude, you helped me out with my podcast. There's no, I mean, I believe in fair play, so I'm helping you out with yours.
Well, thank you, brother. All right. We also have Jimmy Bones in the house tonight. How are you doing, sir?
Doing good, doing good. Glad it's the weekend.
Yeah, no kidding.
Evil
All
shit.
right. All right. Also, welcome aboard, Crusader Nate. How are you doing this evening, sir?
Well, you guys know me, just living the dream as always.
Nightmares or dreams too. Yep. All right. We also have MGTOW Mando in the house.
How you all doing?
Good, good. And I'm glad we finally found you a headset that works. So that is awesome.
At least so far. Don't jinx it.
Yeah, that's true. Also, we have Jackal the Emperor that does the bullshit reports on Thursday nights on Pop Show. Welcome, Jackal. How are you doing, sir?
What's up, you motherfucking fucking fucks? And you know me, I'm just watching the bullshit happen and awaiting God's green light to exfil.
There you go. And finally, we have the one, the only, the deepfake master in chief, Billy Von Bomb. How are you doing, sir?
I'm great. Much love to you, Rhino. Much love.
And it begins.
Homo suspicion point. I think that was a homo suspicion point.
Hey, now.
Very well be.
Could be.
All right. So what I wanted to do is kind of just touch on the articles we missed last night. Jimmy, you had some stuff you wanted to present. I think you want to start with the 13 types of men.
Yeah, let me bring these up because these were topics that were brought up the other night during the Pop stream, but we weren't able to cover them. So you know, you, myself, and Pop, we got to talking. It's like, you know what? I think this deserves a part 2. So here we are this evening. Yeah, this is Pop did give us a warning. This one was kind of a blame and shame tactic of 13 types of guys who stay single and don't ever find lasting love. So let us find out what they are. When you're in your early 20s, almost everyone is single. Then around 25 or so, it happens. Men all of a sudden want to start settling down.
Yeah, you trip and fall into a vagina.
Yeah. That, and it's usually around that. It's usually around that age that women start thinking, "Oh wait, my second fertility window is about to slam shut. Maybe I need to lock down a man as well."
Indeed.
So they ask, why do some guys stay single? According to a study by the University at Nicosia in Cyprus, scientists led by the Menelaos Apostolou.
I don't even know what that is, sir.
It's a foreign word we can't pronounce.
Too many syllables.
Syllables, yeah.
Anonymously quizzed and analyzed more than 6,700 comments from men on Reddit.
Oh, that's a great place to start.
Oh,
yeah, take that with about 6.5 metric tons of salt.
Right.
To know the 43 most common reasons why men can't find a partner or stay single. Number 1 was poor looks.
All right.
Right. What are you going to do about that?
Yeah,
it's a genetic roll of the dice.
Yeah.
You fell out of the ugly tree and hit every stick on the way down. There's nothing you can really do to change that one.
Well, I mean, you can make yourself a little bit more presentable in a woman's eye if you accentuate other characteristics, like you get big muscles, or
you actually go Yeah, you go work out, get the athletic build, because I know a lot of women aren't really into that, super jacked man, man look. But if you're athletic and in somewhat decent shape, that's kind of a booster.
Yeah,
Right.
listen.
I
If
was
you have
skinny as
your
fuck and I was
confidence,
getting girls' attention.
if you have confidence and you look presentable, you are in shape. You are going to have a woman break off a piece. You
Yep.
are going to, come across one of those at some point.
Yep.
So,
And
All right.
they go on to describe the poor looks as men who thought they looked bad or didn't like the look of themselves, particularly if they were balding or were too short, said that a woman wouldn't want to be with them. Well, the mark of the beast is what they are after. It's over 6
Yeah.
foot tall, six
Yep.
figures, 6-inch penis, and hell, we
Well, they want bigger than 6 inches now. They want some unreasonable American challenge dildo.
They want 13.
kind of
good luck with that.
just like what Patrick says, 3, take it or leave it. Number 2,
When a girl uses those too much, then she can't get satisfied with anything else than something that's, something big.
So you're talking
Right.
about if she
The
decides
size of a dragon.
she wants to waylay her flaps with a jackhammer dildo, it'll make it less sensitive over time. No, that possibly couldn't happen.
you tend
May
to kill
slightly reduce sensitivity, just
Yeah.
slightly.
You tend to kill nerves when you go above average, ladies.
Let's just say
saying.
by the time they're done, they will have lips hanging so low they could quite literally shred the guitar better than Jeffrey Paul himself just by standing over the guitar.
I don't know
Look,
if
all
that's
I'm going to say
possible.
is I like a good Arby's roast beef sandwich, but
Extra
the
horsey
actual
sauce.
sandwich, gentlemen. Yeah, we don't need the horsey sauce dripping out. That's no thanks.
Or the Arby's sauce.
Yeah,
I ruined it for everyone with the beef.
you did.
cheddar.
You have definitely ruined it.
Fear the syrup.
How did you put it? The roast beef and cheddar in a catcher's mitt, sitting on a dashboard in the hot sun for 2 weeks.
I actually did that. I actually did that on a Humvee at my last.
No.
The commander and the XO could not figure out what it was about.
Nice.
And
Oh, man.
the commander and XO at that unit were both females.
Uh-huh.
Oh, man, I should have seen a family resemblance there. Anyway,
Number 2, low self-esteem. Lots of men also admitted to being single because of low self-esteem and not having a lot of confidence in themselves. But this can be easily changed if you alter your mindset and see yourself in a different way. So, yes, I do believe that second part is a bit of a positive.
Mhm.
But for some men, it is a lot more difficult than they think.
No,
Also, not having a father in the home.
the best way for a man to get confidence when he's younger, learn how to fight and then fight. Because once you get good at it, you will have all kinds of confidence because you can handle yourself.
Yeah, but I would suggest not going out and seeking the fight. But if the fight comes and seeks you, be sure to
well,
lay it
Jimmy,
down.
I mean, if you're doing an organized event or something like that,
Yeah,
it's
like
fine.
amateur boxing.
Yeah, those are fine. But if you're like going out and just going out walking around in public, don't be doing that because that makes yourself a douchebag, and no one likes douchebags.
And Crusader, I want you to pop in on this one as well.
Sure.
We were talking about this off air, I think a couple weeks ago. As far as building confidence, that's a lot to do with experience too. What would you recommend to young men for confidence building?
Start small. Start with little things. Even going out in social environments, striking up small conversations with people, little things like that will actually, as terrifying and as frightening as it is, those are the little things that will actually spur your quick wit, your quick thinking, come up with smart little comments, little things to actually spur just impromptu conversations with random people in public. Once you can do that, those are the skills that'll be able to help build your confidence and will help allow you to just off the cuff, come up with a quick-witted remark, snide remark, a comment, make it seem like a joke, disarm people right away. And if you can get people to laugh, one of the best things you can do in seconds. Disarms people psychologically and emotionally.
I would definitely agree with that. All right. Let's pop back into this article because we have a lot of ground to cover in a short time to do so. Where are we at? No interest in low effort is where we're at. Excuse me.
Low effort. Not surprisingly, lots of men reported having little to low effort in wanting or maintaining a relationship and weren't putting themselves out there to potential daters.
So you're saying if I stay in my basement all day and play, World of Warcraft, I'm probably not going to be getting the ladies. Is that what you're telling us?
Probably not. But then we can go ahead and connect this back to from last night, if you are well informed on how society works these days, we all know the juice is not worth the squeeze. So
very true.
That's
right. There would be no point.
And Pop, what were you going to say there?
I mean, why? If I could take a pill and be 18 again, there's no fucking way I would, mess with these modern women.
No.
Holy crap. They are so entitled, narcissistic. They fly off the handle for nothing. And all of them know they can just pick up the phone, make a phone call, and you're going to jail. You're going to be, hemmed up in the legal system for 1 to 2 years, and there's no repercussions for them. Fuck it. Nope. I don't blame men today for no effort. Why? Why bother?
Yep. And I will tell you, I have a friend of mine who is my age, so mid-30s. He does not listen. Anyway, we probably won't be able to play his video, even though there's no faces in the video. I just don't know about legal, but he wanted to come on next week probably and talk about this. He just about dodged a bullet. He finally had the police come over, escort her out, but she started pulling the whole thing. Like, he abused me. He's threatening me. He ran over to the neighbor's house, all this. I told you, don't get with this girl. But did he listen? No. And he's another one of those experiences where she basically, as Hammerhand puts it, it was immediately usury. The second the relationship started, her personality changed. The second she moved in, unpacked her shit, all of a sudden the manipulation tactic started. And the doesn't have a job, but doesn't have a car, so she can't. Even when he wanted to end the relationship, she's like, well, I don't have a car, so it's illegal for me to drive. You have 2 feet. He says this in the video. You have 2 feet. You could have left. No, I can't walk. It's too far. To be YouTube friendly, she entrenched herself into his life, and the second he was done with it, she was fast as fuck to try to get the police involved. So, unfortunately, he recorded it. It's probably why he's not in jail right now. So there is that.
Shocker.
Yeah.
Good.
Honestly, my most recent ex-girlfriend, when that relationship ended, as I told you guys, it was because she wanted to have an quote-unquote open relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I gave her a deadline of 48 hours to decide if she wanted that relationship or to find somewhere else to be.
Yeah. Well, and that's the bottom line. Once they say open relationship, it's over. Yeah, it's over. Done.
Yep.
All right.
And we can go ahead and probably compare or combine 3 and 4 here. They have no interest in relationships. Unfortunately, some men just don't have any interest in being in a relationship and prefer the single life. What's not to love about the single life?
I get the article is about 13 guys who stay single forever or whatever. But all I'm seeing is blame men. Men are the problem. Men suck. Where in this article, is there any accountability for women?
Nope.
Maybe that's the point. It's a blame and shame article, but it's already starting to piss me off listening to it.
It's their kryptonite. They can't take accountability. They can't do it.
Yeah.
Nope. Then we got number 5 here with poor flirting skills. Some men are natural flirters, but for others, it can be very hard to flirt with women. Well, that's because we don't know what the fuck women want, and they don't tell us outright what they want.
They don't even know what they want.
You just be direct with them. That's what I do. Like, hey, bring that vagina over here. Yeah. That works wonders. It works wonders.
Italian Uncle Pop.
They say this is due to nerves or the inability to pick up on signals. Well, we don't get signals; we get cross signals.
No.
You're pulling up to a stoplight, and it keeps flashing between red and green. Occasionally, there's a yellow in there, so you don't know what the fuck to do. So you're just like, you know what? Fuck this! I'm going to take the right-hand turn and just drive along in this one-way road.
Yeah,
That's right.
just run the light. Just go straight on through.
Bypass
Screw this.
and haul ass.
There you go.
So I want to say
Alright.
this. This is also a symptom of the, using the phone age. People are like, especially like millennials and Gen Z, they want to send you a text. They don't want to talk to you in person
No.
because they have issues with that because they've used the phone pretty much their whole adult life at this point.
Yeah.
Yep.
As a Gen Zer, I can confirm this is, at least for most of them, maybe not me as much because I was a dumbass and up instead of using the phone.
And what's interesting, Jack, is you actually fit into the statistics we were talking about. Being a younger man, you're what, 20 now?
21.
21, and you have absolutely zero interest in dating whatsoever. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's how it's always been.
Yeah, it's a very different world. But with the women you have to pick from, I don't blame you, man.
Every single one that is
kind of a losing battle.
They are like mosh pit shit that spins out of the mosh pit. That's what they look like. That is what I attract, and they're all older than me too.
Yikes!
I wouldn't even try with. I mean, I've had a couple of girls that were my age or a year younger try it, but they were just as insufferable.
Yeah.
In fact, they were your stereotypical Valley girl from Silicon Valley types.
Right. Before we jump back into this article, which is giving me a headache, let's actually, I want to ask you a question directly, Jackal. What is your number one reason? If you had one reason only to pick from, what would be the reason that you're just not interested in dating women right now?
Because there is no, at least from my philosophy, and argue with me on that one. I've already sent the manifest to Pop for Blake to read to him. Pop, I don't think you would remember it, but it was the Death and Manifest. And the philosophy is, if you don't add any real tangible value, and there was a little bit of religious part in there as well, if you don't bring anything that brings me closer to God, then you are useless. Quite literally, you are only seen as useful as to be strapped with an explosive vest, handed a cheap pistol, and told to charge the enemy line. That's how Deathins view girls. If you don't bring value at all in the Rhino, you remember the 4 fields I told you?
Off the top of my head, I do not, sir.
If you don't provide financial benefit, intellectual benefit, or physical, making me stronger, like I'm working out in the gym benefit, or get me closer to God benefit. Those are the 4. If you don't provide at least 2 out of the 4, you're over the wall like a bag of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, and that goes back, Pop, what was the 5 Fs? It was fit, feminine, fertile, friendly, faithful, was it? Yeah. And that's bottom line. A lot of these women don't fit any of those anymore.
Well, I mean, just think of it this way. They start jumping on the pogo stick at like between 13 and 16. A lot of them got the 1,000 dick stare by the time they get done with high school.
Yeah.
All right. And then they go to college, become a sorostitute. They're, on the cock carousel, just getting poked and smoked for years and years. And then they have the gall to think that Mr. Prince Charming is going to be waiting for them to get off the cock carousel, and he will pay full Ferrari prices for the beat up Pinto dick pussy that she has that explodes on rare impact. No, I'm sorry. It doesn't work like that. All right. I mean, men, like I did that one video about the man's effort. Back in the day, you get out of high school, you start working for a few years to, get yourself situated. Then you get married. And then once you get married under the old system, that dude put in about $3.6 million worth of value in his entire life. Let's talk about buying the houses, the cars, schools, paying for food, doctor, the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, and that was for a woman that had no cocks. So why don't we just, cut the woman's value in half for every dick she's had? And I literally went right down the list. And once you go above 3 or 4 cocks, it's literally not even worth the effort anymore. And you can see it on the statistics, because a woman, once they go over 4 or 5 partners, their chances of divorce, like I think it triples or quadruples.
Mm-hmm. And then, on top of that, you also run into the problem with a lot of these modern women, especially in my age group now. They think that there's no repercussions. Jimmy, did you see the TikTok I shared yesterday on Facebook before I got banned again? Basically, it was, you don't understand the struggle of being a single mother. And the guy was like, no, I completely understand. You made a really shitty decision and that sucks. But then you decided you've made one bad decision. So I'm just going to have a house full of bad decisions, a house full of fuck ups. And then some man's going to come along and take care of me and all my fuck ups. It doesn't work like that. A lot of these women will lay down with Chad and Tyrone or whoever, have these children out of wedlock, or maybe even they marry the guy and get the child support or whatever, but they ditch these guys and then they expect you to come along, pick up a half-played copy of GTA 5 or whatever and finish the game somebody else started. No, it doesn't work that way. Nobody wants to buy a used half-saved game. They want their own game. Men are not going to invest in someone else's children, someone else's baggage. It just doesn't work like that. Not to mention the drama.
That's why I like. That's why I like the meme. It was the meme says, this chick told me that all her kids have ADD, and then my smart ass said, all different daddies,
all different dicks.
Now I'm blocked.
So what were you saying then, Pop? And then we'll jump back into the episode here. Or
I
article,
lost my train of thought. It's cool.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
It's all right.
Jump back into this article.
Before we jump in here, can I?
Oh yeah, MGTOW, go ahead.
Pop, I will have a question at the end of this article, because it's something I saw during my time in the barracks, and I'm curious if you noticed a similar phenomenon. I'm sure you remember the barracks 304s.
Oh, of
Barracks
course.
bunnies. Mm-hmm.
Let's get to the end of the article. Then I'm going to ask you if you saw something similar to to my experience and things that I observed. I just want you to have that percolating in the back of your brain pan if you can.
No problem.
Right.
No problem.
All right, I'll rip through this article here real quick so we don't lose our train of thought there, Mando. Number 6, they say, for natural introverts, dating can feel difficult. These individuals might, pardon me, prefer to stay single and be alone. Sometimes, damn it, it's best to try something out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. This next one, number 7. You know what this is? He had his heart ripped out of his asshole and he got the red pill suppository and he doesn't want to date anymore. That's the reality, but they're going to make it sound like it's his fault too, right?
Yeah.
Let's see what it says. Number 7.
Yep. Recent breakup. Breakups aren't overcome instantly. And for this reason, anyone could understand why a guy would want to be single after ending a relationship.
Uh-huh.
That wasn't that blamey or shamey.
No, not really, because there are times where you do have a pretty bad breakup and you're like, you know what, fuck this, I'm done. Or then you could be like, fuck this, I'm going to go fuck that.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what I used to do.
Yeah, I'm guilty of being the latter a couple times on that one. They have number 8, bad prior experiences. I've also been guilty of this one. I'm pretty sure we all have. Now, you can't base every relationship or dating experience on bad relationships from the past.
Hold on.
Hold
on. Statistics don't lie. I beg to differ, but anyway, continue on, sir.
Everyone is different. If you don't have to be so cynical about relationships, instead, keep an open mind. No.
Yeah.
There's an old saying. Right. There's an old saying. There's a point where between having an open mind and having a mind so open your brain falls out.
Very true.
That is a good one. All right, here's a long
Cauldron
one.
brain.
Now, number 9's lengthy. I'm curious how they're going to spin this one because we know, what is it? 61% of men under 30 are single, and only 34% of women under 30 are single. Now, here's my question, and I'm not great at math. This is actually more of a Crusader centric question. If we're looking at women between, let's assume, 18 and 30, and men 18 to 30. And 61% of men are single, and only 34% of women are single. Doesn't that mean the women might have to be sharing some men?
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it means, because if you look at the global population, women represent 51.4% of the people on Earth completely. And so if you look at that simple fact in itself, there's more women than there are men, but there are more women dating, and there's less men that are involved in the dating pool. So they're just dating the same guys and just not realizing it or turning a blind eye to it.
Yeah, they're literally swinging through the jungle of cocks. That's what these ladies are doing. All right. Come on. Let's get with the program here. We all know how math works. 60% of them are not single, and 30%. Come on. All right. So that means some of these ladies are swinging around on 2 or 3 cocks at a time. Jesus.
Yes.
Some of us do some of them.
Oh, man. Yeah, I think all of us have met 1 or 2 of them.
That would be a funny graphic if you have like a woman with her tits hanging out, swinging on these vines.
Swinging from the vines of cock through the jungle.
Yeah.
All right, Jimmy. Tell us about this no available women.
All right. This one is hard to believe. Not really. Because there are plenty of women out there looking for relationships. But are those women worthy of those relationships? I'm going to say no. If you put in the effort to look for a mate and put yourself out there, there's a larger chance you'll be successful. Tell that to the men that put themselves out there and get denied 95% of the time.
Well, if I have my way,
just on their height alone,
I am going to bring the marriage rates to 0.
Yeah.
0. Count that as victory.
Yeah, I don't care if every woman on the planet hates my guts. Fuck them.
If you're hated, that means you're doing something right.
I'm tired of burying people because they get fucked over and they kill themselves. It's just criminal.
And does anybody offhand, Crusader, you usually have the book of knowledge here, what the statistics of self-deletion after divorce happens in men? Do you know what those statistics are currently?
Oh, yeah. Hang on. Let me look.
Oh.
If Nate doesn't know, it pops.
The information I saw is a couple of years old, and it is at like 47% or something like that post-divorce within the first 5 years. And then it goes higher after that. It's been a while since I looked at that statistic, though. I think
and there's a reason
like 3 or 4 years old.
There's a reason I want to point this out, Pop. If you find more current statistics, let me know. But the reason I want to point this out, gentlemen, let me explain something to you. I can't tell you in detail the benefits of marriage right now because it's very small. But what I will tell you is what marriage could cost you. Not just half your shit, but in a lot of states, after 10 years, and some women will milk it to the 10-year mark, that'll be alimony. And in some cases, that's alimony for life. Okay. Then there's child custody, which 90% of the time is awarded to the woman. So you're not going to see your child, but part-time for the next, 18 years potentially. And on top of that, there's child support. Now, on the other hand, to leave your ass, she's going to get paid from daddy government to leave you. Oh, and during this divorce process, when all's said and done, there's a high likelihood you'll be paying for her attorney's fees as well. Then after that, the statistics of self-deletion, we have to say that because we're on YouTube tonight, go up exponentially. There is no benefit that I can see right now for any man in Western society, period, not just the United States, Western society as a whole, to be married. There's no benefit to you. Now, there used to be a benefit, but because of the actual revolution and what we've done with women, and we've given them, the rope long enough to hang themselves, they've basically done it. we don't have women worth marrying anymore. Just it's done. It's gone.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Oh, here you're asking those statistics. Like right now, between men and women, men have the advantage of suicide 3.5 to 1. That's just the straight stat when it comes to suicides between men and women.
So men are more successful at it.
But a divorced man were 9 times more likely to die by suicide. So after they get divorced, it's 9 to 1 for men.
Wow.
That's 9 men per every 1 woman that commits suicide after divorce.
That's awful.
And so it basically, you take the standard suicide rates, which is 3.5 men for every 1 split tail successful at vacating their meat suit. And then you just multiply it by 3. So now you have 9 dudes, hosing out their brain pans with a magnum to every 1 woman who actually successful and rides the wave in taking sleeping pills.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Because men don't fuck around. When we decide we're done, we are done.
Now, I'm curious what that statistic is of men who have children.
Yeah. Okay. You're absolutely correct. And our government throws billions and billions of dollars researching stupid bullshit. Why the fuck can they not take some of that money and stop watching, rats screwing and use that money to actually study the actual suicide problem that we have in our culture? Oh, that's right. Because men have all the advantages and we rule the world and we deserve what we get. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The evil patriarchy, which we are living in a matriarchy, as women have most of the advantages in society right now. But anyway,
unless you're a man that decides to put on a wig one day.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. If you want to compete in women's sports and win, you have to be a man. Just saying.
So yeah, I'm going to steal one of Pop's lines. Men do it better.
That's right.
I pulled up the newest statistics I've seen is 2017. For example, 36,782 men per in 2017 compared to 10,391 women leave their keys at the desk and self-checkout early. So that's a little bit greater than a 3.5 to 1 ratio. So that,
yikes.
Yeah, there's the numbers.
Yep.
And that's only from 2017. They haven't released anything since then. And it's not like I don't have
those
access.
Numbers have gotten much more egregious.
Well, the thing is, that's what psychology is willing to admit. And I actually have access to the American Psychological Association's private libraries. And there's nothing even in there.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're not addressing it.
No, we're not. We don't talk about it at all. Men have been killing themselves at breakneck speed basically since like 1975.
And it seems like after Vietnam, it seemed to have gotten a whole lot worse.
Yeah.
I can kind of see why, because, Vietnam vets coming back and being called baby killers.
Well, and we get these questions of, well, why is the younger generation so fouled up, right? How many fatherless homes do we have? How many fathers have been minimalized out of their children's lives? They only get to see them twice a month. That has huge effects on society.
Yep. Yes, it does.
Yep.
And here's part of the problem. Again, you've put incentives for women to not only leave relationships, which does put the children at every statistical disadvantage, which I find incredibly selfish. But government and I again, you can call this an opinion, my opinion, if we must. But again, there's statistics and data. The government has incentivized these women with payouts. It's not just the divorce, the alimony, but here, if you want to abandon your husband, the government will be your husband. We'll give you food stamps. We'll give you Section 8. We'll give you welfare. We'll give you WIC. Then we'll stack on child support, which 66 cents on the dollar actually goes to the government, Title 4D. So that's wonderful. The government's incentivizing divorce and child custody cases to take place. Then on top of that, there's alimony as well, like I said earlier. So the government's basically saying there is no way you lose as a woman, but screw men, that's fine, right? That's perfectly fine. And we're wondering why we're having these problems. But then again, We're looking at the children being raised by these single mothers. And again, Pop has talked about this many times on his show, and I've quoted many times on Facebook as well. 85% of inmates report coming from their households. 85%. Now, I love the term you've coined, and I've used it, and it's got me thrown in Facebook jail for 30-day bans a few times now, but I keep using it. That makes single mothers literally felony factories, does it not?
It does. You're absolutely correct.
So,
All
right,
right, all they're missing is the smokestack.
I
Let's
think we
turn
woke
to this
Rhino
thing.
back up because he's
I'm up.
he's all right. He was a little sleepy on us, but now we got him woken up. All right, on with
Pissed
the article. Got him spun up, man. In the case of men who were single because of their insecurities, they might genuinely feel lonely, especially if they actually want a relationship, but are too scared.
Yeah, that's
put
just shame
themselves-
language.
That's shaming to put themselves
What are
out
we
there.
in preschool?
Pretty
Uh-huh.
much.
Fuck 'em.
However, for others, casual hookups are the norm, and they might not ever feel lonely because they don't want a relationship anyway. Well, those same guys that are out there getting the hookups, casual hookups and whatnot, are usually the Chad, Tyrones, Pookies, and Ray Rays that have the money that they can throw around, and then when they attract the woman that they want or somewhat desire for the 7 to 10 minutes at a time, they can casually cast them to the side, and the women turn around and say, "Oh, men are the same." Well, no one told you to try all the men, bitch.
Yeah. I am going to briefly call out men. I feel there is some accountability that needs to be held here. Oh God, Red Pill calling out men. Yes. Recently, and it's been bothering me almost a little bit more than the women. And the reason is we're not us in the panel here, but men, a lot of men are enabling the bad behaviors of women. For example, those of you that might be watching this now, if you're watching this now and you're guilty of going into some woman's photos and going, "God, you're so beautiful. I'd be so lucky to have you." Would you stop the simping? Let me explain this to you. When you're paying for OnlyFans subscriptions, when you're simping for her in her inbox, I had a girl just the other day. We had this conversation about, you've got simps in your thing, and I'm trying to behave, not get thrown in Facebook jail, but I'd really like to call them out. I've called them out before, and I said this a little bit last night, but I want to point this out again. She said, "Well, I'm pretty and I like the attention." Of course you do. It's validation. You just admitted exactly why you're letting the simps do this. But here's the thing. She said, "It's not harming anybody." Let me point this out to you. I'm going to give this a roundabout spin here, and I want you to follow me to the end. When you simp, you're giving her validation, which makes her maybe a 4, maybe a 5, 6, somewhere in there. Now she thinks she's a 10 because there's 100 of you morons doing this, right? Okay, so now she thinks she's a 10. She's not going to date anybody that's a 4 or 5 or a 6. She's only going to date 10s. She now has an inflated self. Oh, she thinks she deserves better than she has because you guys have paid for her butthole pictures online. This is hurting people. It's hurting not only the women, but the men as well. So by you simping, you are actually roundabout circle jerking yourself and keeping you in this self-fulfilling prophecy of women whoring themselves out. Bottom line, you're creating the problem. If you stop simping, and I know we're not going to stop all simps, but if you stop simping, you may get these women to come back and say, maybe this traditional values thing isn't a bad idea. But right now you're enabling them to sell butthole pictures for $2.99 a month. There you go. That's my 2 cents on that.
Where's the Thug
funny.
Life button when you need it?
Have a thug life here.
Wow.
Might have to get
All
you
right.
one there, Flat Rhino. You're going on a rant, man. I love it.
I had to,
All right.
but that's it. Let's get back to the standpoint.
Okay. While the most common word for a single man is a bachelor, he can also be called a player if he chooses to stay single and date many women at once.
Mhm.
Okay. Without choosing a commitment to one of them. That's how you get a dickworm, bro. I hope you're wrapping your tool.
Yep.
And as you might be able to tell from this list of why men are single, there are, unfortunately, single men who reach the age group of 35 and over without being in a relationship. It's because men age like fine wine and women age like milk.
Yeah.
But statistically speaking, if a man gets to the age of 38, I believe it is, and he's not married, his chances of actually getting married drop to like somewhere between 5 and 10%.
Yeah.
I mean, why bother?
You're right.
Yeah.
And this is something else. The goddamn bacon. If you haven't subscribed to him, please do so. By the way, give a big shout out to Terrence Pop. If you are not a subscriber over there, which I'm sure most of you guys watching here are, go over to redonkulous.com. Be sure to subscribe to his channel. He's got a lot of good stuff. I just saw your Ride and Roast that I don't think has come out yet. Blake just sent it to me, and that was horrifying but funny as well. So be sure to check that.
I watched that earlier, and holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
regarding the goddamn bacon, who you should also check out and subscribe to, awesome content over there. The thing is, these chicks are going to go for the guys that don't simp and don't care about her standards. Now, that is exactly it. What you guys don't understand in simp land, which again, I don't think a lot of simps watch this show. I would guess it's a very small percentage, but pass it on to your simp friends. Make them watch this. Women are repulsed by you. They love your attention and validation. It's their currency. They're living it up. Their ego is just fucking way up here when it's, down to earth. But they are repulsed by you. The little girlfriend experience you're $4.99. By the time she's done talking to you online, she's fucking gagging in the fucking wastebasket. She can't stand your ass. You are just a paycheck and a source of validation. That's it. So stop the fucking simping, you twats. Anyway, moving on. God damn it. All right, Jimmy, we had another article queued up. I think we're pretty much through that one, right?
Yeah, I think this one's pretty much done. Unless we want to go
shamey.
Yeah, unless we want to go through the 13 types of guy who stay single you'll meet after you hit 35.
Oh God, why not?
We can blast through these here real quick. I'll read through these real fast.
All right, you got it on the screen?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
We have the aging player. If he was still 22 with the classic bad boy, note those words right there because those are what women go for. This might be all right. But when a guy is still single at 30 and still juggling women, it's safe to say he might not be cut up for a life of commitment. Or he has enough money to juggle those women and the time and patience as well.
Yeah,
people who need to keep up the player's lifestyle are not necessarily happy people. They're often very lonely, very insecure. That I would agree with.
Mm-hmm.
They often have issues they might not be aware of. Sometimes it's coke and cocks, meth and dicks. Take your pick. Sure, these guys can coast along when they're 30, but usually by 40, they realize that men's looks fade too, and money can only go so far. But it'll get them in your
Tell Leonardo
right.
DiCaprio that.
Yeah, DiCaprio doesn't seem to have that problem, but anyway.
Well, he's got a $50 million yacht. So I mean, if that doesn't drop your panties right that instant, I'm sorry, fuck off.
And I'm pretty sure Harrison Ford, but up until about 5 years ago, could have pulled the same stunt if he wanted to.
Probably.
Indeed.
Contrary to the popular belief, men do end up losing value over time. No, we don't.
Well, I mean, at some point you do, but I mean, that's way down the line.
No, if you make enough money, you can build a ramp that, will help you jump over the first couple walls, but sooner or later, you're going to hit the wall.
Eventually, you're going to hit the wall, and usually that hits you about 70 to 80 if you make it that long.
Yeah, which I don't intend to live that long.
No, me either. Number 2, the bitter man. Much like bitter women, the bitter man had just one too many bad experiences with the dating scene, and now he's done. No, for women, it takes about 5 or 6 for them to be done with it, with 3 or 4 kids from different baby daddies. And when it comes to men, it'll take about 2 or 3 because they're tired of getting their heart ripped out of their ass.
Or that one
Gentlemen, in the chat, if you would rather have your hobbies, your friends, your fun time, and your freedom, 1 in the chat. If you'd rather put up with a woman that nags you to death the rest of your life, 2 in the chat. I know that's biased as hell, but just give me a 1 or 2 in the chat. Anyway, Jimmy, let's go.
Unlike bitter women, though, bitter men express their bitterness with rage and are very vocal about it. they want you to know the dating equivalent of, you didn't fire me, I quit. No, men are usually pretty good at taking their emotions and bottling them up because that's how we've been programmed for the past thousands of years or so. Because it's not right for men to be emotional, because when you as soon as a man becomes emotional, he becomes vulnerable, and people pick apart that vulnerability to a T. They will clean you like a fucking vulture.
Yeah. Crusader, by the way, we still need to do a stream on this. I see in the chat there. We need to do a stream, Dating Nightmares part 2, and have you as the opener, because that is still nightmare fuel. But we will get there.
Yeah.
So I guess I qualify as the bitter man because I only had 2 try to run me over with cars and 1 try to poison me. So
if they poison you and run over cars, you're totally bitter, man. It's all your fault, don't you know?
Yeah, it's your fault you're the bitter man. But
right.
Much like the aging player, these men need mental wellness help or to do some soul searching. When a man does soul searching, he normally does it with the second head, and he does it 7 to 10 minutes at a time, and it's with different people, and he doesn't give a fuck.
All right.
Yeah, and hopefully they turn on my channel on Sell Me Marriage, and they wake the fuck up. That's just not worth it.
Yeah. They know not all women are like that, but they've reached to a point where the resentment and rejection got so bad they can no longer have a healthy relationship, even if they wanted to.
Here's what I have to say about this, and I've said this. I actually did this in Hammer's chat. I was riling you guys up. 1-800-DUMB was in there. A few of you guys were that day. And Hammer said something, and I went AWOLT, and everybody started going AWOLT. And he's like, no. I'm like, okay, here's the thing. AWOLT means all women are like that, but it means all women are capable. It doesn't mean they'll all act on it. But if your percentage is low that they won't, it's not worth the risk. That's what my point was. But that comes from NOWALT. Not all women are like that. No, all women are like that. Doesn't mean they're dirty. But I certainly wouldn't want to take the chance. You know what I mean? So
right. It's like playing the lottery. You may win, and you're more than likely going to lose.
It's also like something I used to tell soldiers when we'd have to do CS chamber training. Yeah, your mask is going to work 95% of the time. All masks do that. If you take care of it properly, it's going to be near 100% of the time. If you're the typical dingleberry who doesn't do anything with his gear until he's forced to, yeah, you're going to get a taste of the CS. And if I'm the one mixing it up, you're going to get a good taste of the CS.
Very nice.
Yes.
CS.
All right, Jimmy, this one seems lengthy, and again, it's very shamey. What was the next article you had queued up? Because we could spend another hour going through this.
Yeah, we can. I mean, we can go ahead and just touch on the titles of these. They have 3, The Frantic Man, Biological Clocks Happen with Men 2, blah, blah, blah. Of course, not all salmon will swim upstream eventually, but there are still men in their 70s and 80s still pumping out the soldiers.
Oh yeah, there's cases where men in their 70s are still having kids. So there you go.
Yeah. We have the divorced dad, of course. Yeah. He's a great guy. Things just didn't work with his ex. Well, gee,
his ex jumped from cock to cock. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Possibly. If they're coming out with saying he's a great guy, it means he got dragged through the coals of family court, got raped, and all the good stuff and whatnot, and he finally started building himself back together. And it's a shit show.
Crusader, I think you're correct. I don't know why you just don't say it out loud. You're on the panel. But this article was written by a bitter woman for sure. Yeah, it's really looking that way. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll scroll up and we'll see who actually wrote this. Let's see.
While you're scrolling up, Pop, remember I said I had a question for you pertaining to the barracks? I was on active duty for 13 years. All 13 years I was in the barracks in various posts of the Army.
Jimmy, hang on.
Now, I remember the barracks 304s going around, and somehow my room always got missed. How many other guys did you see run into that situation, and what do you think the cause was where certain dudes just were utterly ignored?
Well, I know the super religious ones were usually ignored. Some of the guys who actually threw off that air of confidence and get the fuck away from me, they usually didn't mess with those guys either, because they're in the barracks, and if they approach the wrong man, they can get thrown out. So they try to be, this is an observation when I used to do CQ, and like a lot of the women would go to, rooms in the barracks that either their friends have gone to before or they've gone there themselves. They don't really go to the new ones unless they're introduced, because they can get escorted to the MPs, the police station. They can get put on the blacklist, where they fucking can't even come on post anymore. I've seen that happen a few times. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I saw quite a few barracks whores in my time, and I'm going to be honest, I avoided them. I didn't need no VD.
No.
So, Nate, you were asking if this was written by a feminist and whatnot.
Oh no.
Allegedly.
Share the screen, Rhino.
Hang on.
no.
I was just
Is it
checking chats.
One of Pop's old favorites?
I can't look.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Her name
Shocking.
Oceana Tepfinhart.
Purple-haired tree frog.
Wow.
Somebody did a handstand push-up into a carnival candy cane machine.
So red flag number 1 is obvious. The pink, red / purple hair. Red flag number 2, we have the iceberg picture. That I'm pretty sure Pop was the one that coined that term. I'm pretty sure she's got some kind of stone necklace and whatnot that I'm sure she just uses to center herself with.
That looks like a tattoo.
Yeah,
Or
it
that.
kinda does.
All right. Yeah.
But since 2016, she has 385 articles, and here's the top 3: how to get rid of acne scars fast.
All right. We'll move on from that. We get the point there. But Pop, what were you going to say there really quick? You
I'm
had
going to be honest. I'm single, and I run into women that are north of 40, and they just look like shit. And especially if they have any kind of hardware sticking out of their face, or I see tattoos on their necks, or they have the wizard sleeve. Yeah, I don't even entertain them, because I know a wizard sleeve upstairs means an inverted windsock downstairs, and I don't need a dick worm.
Fair enough.
So I just stay
Total
away from
cocks.
You don't need a back blast of cysts and bazooka juice when you pull out.
Yeah.
No.
All right, gentlemen, we've got a few more articles to burn through, and we're going to have to up the pace a little bit. But if you guys need to take a break, I know I do for a minute. So if we want to do a quick empty your bladders and fill your beers break, we can absolutely do that now. And I'll figure out which one of these.
If the host has to take a piss, the host has to take a piss, man.
man.
Pop, are you good to stick around a little bit longer and cover a little bit more?
Yeah, sure.
All right. I want to see what awful video we're going to do for... Yeah, we'll just do this one. Thanks to Billy. This just never ends. All right, we'll be right back.
Hot mic?
Hot mic. It's hot mic.
Billy Von Bomb here with Project Von Bombatos. We have some late-breaking news on a story we've been following for months now. It seems lies have been told, and we have the secret tape caught on a hot mic from last Tuesday's show to prove things aren't always as they seem. Let's roll the tape.
We'll hit the head for about 2 minutes, and then we'll hit some super chats.
All right.
See.
All right, hit it.
You know what I want to talk about, Jimmy?
Cougars, and not the kind made by Mercury.
But I thought you weren't into cougars, Rhino. What gives?
Jimmy, dating an older woman can bring a lot of maturity and stability to a relationship.
Oh, wow, I had no idea. Tell me more.
Jimmy, older women have lived more and have more life experience, which can make them great lovers. They can share their wisdom and help guide their younger partners through life. And let's not forget about the physical aspect of the relationship. Older women often know what they want in the bedroom and are confident in their sexuality, which can lead to a more satisfying, intimate experience for both partners.
Wow, I had no idea, Rhino. Tell me more.
Jimmy, being with a woman in her 70s is an experience. I wrote a poem about it. Let me read it to you.
Sure, I would love to hear it.
A love that grows with each passing year, a bond that's strong and ever so dear. She brings me joy, she brings me peace. Her gentle smile is all I need to release. She's wise and kind, with eyes so bright. Her laughter is music that fills the night. Her touch is warm, her heart so true. I'm in love with a woman who's 70. Her wrinkles tell the story of her life, a journey filled with joy, love, and strife. She's seen the world, she's learned so much. Her presence is a comfort, a gentle touch. I cherish each moment that we share. Her love is like a warm and cozy chair. She's my friend, my partner, my guide. I'm in love with a woman who's 70 and bright.
That wasn't bad, Rhino. You missed some rhymes, but overall it was okay. You know, I've been with a woman in her 40s, but never as old as what you've hit up. I need you to teach me your secrets. I had no idea you were really into this.
Of course I'll teach you, Jimmy. I'm what you call a master cougar slayer. Level 10.
What about all those things you say in Gilded about how you're not into it?
That's all just a put on, Jimmy. I pretend I'm not into it to throw those Gilded guys off my tail. Especially that billyvonbomb guy. He's a real pain in my ass. If he found out I was saying this stuff, I'd never hear the end of it.
Of course, Rhino. I wouldn't tell a soul. Your secret is safe with me.
Cool, Jimmy. I'm going to teach you level 10 cougar hunting mastery. Oh, and if anyone overhears this conversation, I'm just going to totally deny it. I'll say something like, billyvonbomb made a deep fake. That's really not me saying those things. Okay, the pee break is almost over, and here comes Pop. Our secret Jimmy, remember?
I'll never tell a soul, Rhino.
God damn it, Billy.
Okay, he caught it in 4K.
Yeah,
Billyvonbomb.
You should see the Cougar Academy. He went above and beyond for the $69.95 package for the Cougar Academy PUA courses.
I just made what you wanted me to make, Rhino.
Yeah.
Totally.
Anyways,
I've
I think we will.
Can I just, real quick?
Go ahead, Billy.
Yes.
There's something in that article that we just kind of glossed over really quickly, and I just want to touch on it for just a moment. It was something like the Frantic Man or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I've run into people like this in my life where they've gotten to an age and they want to have kids. They have to have kids. They want to leave a mark on the world.
Oh, the
And
legacy thing.
Yeah, and they feel like the only way they could do this is to have kids. And if that is not an option for you, don't get yourself into something where you just do it because you feel you have to have a legacy. You can leave a legacy by doing lots of other things. Look at Tesla. The guy didn't have children. He left a legacy that we're still talking about to this day. You could write books. You could do things that you could leave a mark in this world if you really wanted to. So that's all I wanted to say about that.
All right.
Yeah, I got you.
All right. I think we'll go ahead and switch gears because I think two of the articles pretty much cover pretty much what that one does. But
Okay.
Here's this one.
Which are the two you want me to close out on my end there, bud?
Go ahead and close out this one. This is the one we're going to cover. Basically, this woman pretty much did an overdrive of a shit test for her boyfriend.
I'm going to get spun up. I can feel it already.
Yeah, this one.
Battle axe ready.
This one pissed me off.
Use your hatred.
Use your battle axe.
God. All right, let's churn and burn through this one.
All right. Girlfriend 30 places her boyfriend on a performance improvement plan to improve their relationship and compares the controversial tactic to an HR workplace.
Mm-hmm.
A woman,
I feel like
boyfriend,
I've heard this story.
Probably. Yeah. We've heard it a million times. A woman put her boyfriend on a performance improvement plan when the relationship was going awry.
Okay,
And
stop. There are a few ladies watching this show tonight, and we appreciate you. But please do us all a favor and don't do what this woman did. Do yourselves a favor and don't do what this woman did, because that's how you end up single. Okay?
That's right.
Don't do this.
Go find Pop's shit testing video, watch it, and learn not what to do.
Yeah, Pop, can you tell us a little bit about that video? Just a quick recap.
Well, the thing is I'm sitting around in the unit back in the day, and I'd always talk to the Joes, and I would always hear the stories about these guys who were dating these new women, and they would always have these things that they didn't want them to do.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, and I try to tell these young soldiers, like, look, she's just shit testing you. If you fucking fall in line, she's going to lose respect for you. And, in a year and a half, she's gone, and you're left holding the bag.
Right.
And they shit test you because they want to destroy the man's frame. If they can bring down your frame, then they can fucking control you with doubt, blame, and shame.
Right. And you just did a video on Frame as well, which is a must watch if you guys haven't seen that. So go check that out as well. But here's the thing, and we are not waffling tonight. This is on topic, so Crusader. But every woman I've ever known shit tests. It's just what they do. But the thing is you have to be aware of those shit tests when they happen. And just quite frankly, and maybe my advice is terrible, but this is my advice. Ignore that shit. Just ignore that shit. It's not worth your fucking time, because she's going to do it. And if she wins that little shit test, that's a chip off of respect. And she's going to lose more and more and more until, again, she eventually jumps to hypergamy and a bigger diakaha. And you don't want that. So just ignore those fucking shit tests, man.
And listen, I mean, this is, I dated a girl a couple years back, and as soon as I got the first shit test, I was just like, hey, I am what I am. And they're like, yeah, hey, I am what I am. You want to hang out? That's fine. No, you don't. See you later. I mean, it is what it is. You need to be on your game, and don't put up with shit tests. One, because it fucks with your frame, and two, it's also disrespectful for her to do it to you.
Mm-hmm.
And respect is very important for a man.
Yeah.
Just remember that, guys.
All right, Jimmy, let's jump into this article.
Let's see. Nadine, 30, from San Francisco, began living with her boyfriend only 3 months into the relationship.
Wrong.
Failed.
Stop it. Get some help.
Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah.
They soon faced a lot of issues because of a difference in lifestyle, but the couple refused to break up as they had a lot of love for each other.
Translation: she didn't she didn't drain all the resources she could out of the guy.
You know what's interesting is she's right in the middle of her epiphany phase 2. So she's going to shit test this guy into oblivion to see if she's going to replace him or not.
I mean,
I don't care.
I'm not big on the Asian chicks, but she's about a 5, I'd say. But
doesn't matter.
We felt like we weren't compatible, so that's the last straw. We decided to do a performance improvement plan, or a PIP, the woman said in a video. She explained that.
Hold on. Is this the one that was like some kind of marketing degree chick that decided to employ her marketing strategies on him? Is that this one?
I would be guessing.
If this is the one, this is this bitch. Okay.
this bitch.
I love it.
She explained that companies put employees on PIPs when they're on probation and about to get fired, and the one with her boyfriend worked the same way.
Nope.
Yeah.
Even though the couple had been together for 3 years now, many thought it was harsh to treat a relationship like a job, because that is harsh.
Yeah, because it's not a fucking job. If it's a chore, it's not a relationship, and it should be expelled. Ejectocito, cuz.
Yep.
If you have to make it a chore, it is no longer a relationship. It is a relation shit.
Correct, sir.
Here's what I want
As-
to know. Did she put herself on one of these PIP programs?
Oh no, she's immune, don't you know?
Well, no, of course. Oh yeah, she's
No, it
immune,
seems
don't you
like
know?
women are the only ones that file these kinds of motions in a
Don't you remember?
relationship. They like to do this where it's like, all right, I'm the boss. I will file these assignments to you, and
Right.
it is your job to just
Well,
don't question it, shut up
more-
and do it.
More importantly, I'm going to assign these tasks you're going to have no idea about. Fail them. I will respect you. Not at all. Crusader, what were you going to say? And then we'll get back
I
to
was
this.
just going to briefly say that we all know they don't put themselves in these programs because they're allergic to accountability.
Ain't that
Correct,
the
sir.
fucking truth?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can't
Absolutely.
100% on that one.
you can't shit test a woman for some fucking reason. Nadine
yeah.
share. Oh, go
Well,
ahead.
hold on.
Bob.
Hang on. You can shit test women, but the shit test that a man has is a loyalty test.
Mhm.
And if you're messing with a woman, I advise you to do a loyalty test. You tell her something in secret, something that you don't mind if anyone else knows about. And then if somebody brings it up and, that means she ran her mouth, she's out. Loyalty test is a big one.
Yeah,
That's the
absolutely.
male shit test.
Think of it as like a little history here. How we figured out that a certain island was going to be attacked by the Japanese. What did we do? We decided, okay, let's play and see what the Japanese actually know. Let's say that I'm trying to think of the name of the island. It wasn't Guadalcanal, was it?
Midway.
It was Midway. Yes, Midway.
Midway.
It said Midway is having a water shortage. What did we know? We intercepted some transmissions from Tokyo saying Target AF is reporting a water shortage. And they just basically said, so you just confirmed that Midway is reference Target AF. Thanks for letting us know, dumbasses.
Yep.
And
Jimmy?
honestly, to be honest with you, I don't want to go through this whole fucking article because I'm. if you're spun up, Rhino, I'm getting spun up. I'm.
Is that her? Is that her up there?
Yeah. That's good. Let's just leave it at that. I completely agree with you. This is what you don't do. Again, ladies, advice: do not do a performance fucking report on the guy you're dating, or just
Yep. Also, another to stay in the same gear. Don't do what this woman Ellie Brooke is doing.
Oh God damn it! These are the ones we didn't cover last night. Yeah.
No. We have Miss Ellie Brooke is looking for a wealthy man and wants to do no work for maximum money.
I suggest you get really comfortable at Glory Hole.
Translation: she's going to lay on. That's it. She's going to lay on her back, starfish, and he's going to do all the work. Moving on.
Oh gosh.
Well, she is an OnlyFans legend and boxer.
Are you shocked?
Ellie Brooke. This is my shocked face.
Scroll down. Let me see her arms. We'll see if she's a boxer.
Ellie Brooke took to TikTok to reveal she's looking for a wealthy man and admit she does no work for maximum money in a clip viewed almost 90,000 times.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Pop, I'm going to let you jump in too, but I have to point this out. You said her OnlyFans has been clicked on 90,000 times?
This was a TikTok.
TikTok.
To reveal she's looking for a wealthy man and admit she does no work for maximum money. So basically she's going to be the housewife and not take care of the house.
But she has an OnlyFans. Bottom line, right? So how is something with absolutely zero value asking for something of high value? How does that?
It's called entitlement.
Yeah, that's yep. I don't correlate that very well. So she's an OnlyFans chick and she wants a high value man, right?
Yep.
Yeah, she was apparently going back to the article, that's another stupidity thing that I don't want to kill any more of my brain cells listening. She was lip syncing the words to ABBA's Money, Money, Money. She mouthed, I work all night. I work all day. I pay the bills. I have to pay. Ain't it sad? No, you being an OnlyFans and quote unquote professional boxer. Well, it doesn't even say
Hang on
professional.
a minute.
She's a
Yeah,
boxer.
yeah, thank you, please.
Hang on. What is this bitch's name? I'm gonna look her up right now.
Ella Brooke.
What is
Ella Brooke.
How do you spell
ELLE BROOKE.
All right.
I mean, she's pretty. She's easy on the eyes, but we all know she's got about 15 pounds of war paint on in that picture. Of course, she's got the low crop top on.
With that face, I don't think so. She's probably got a good inch.
Hey,
of,
Billy,
of fake.
there's one for your deep fake aging.
There we go.
She's
I'll
begging
get
to be
right on
deep
it.
fake.
That one that you did of Amaranth was hilarious. Hey, scroll down. Let me see those arms.
All right, well,
She's
there is
hiding.
some videos of her in the
Possibly.
ring boxing.
Hold on, gentlemen. Everybody's talking over everybody.
Sign up for Hot Topics newsletter for hot style and sex. Where's the fucking no thanks?
All right.
Close.
All right.
Fuck out of here.
Pop, what have you found?
She is a boxer. I have some of her shit in here. She's got boxing matches on YouTube, but they promote her as an OnlyFans model who's boxing.
Okay, yeah, I can see that when this picture I purposely scrolled past the tits for YouTube's sake. So I mean, just take a. I mean, her knuckles do look like they've seen some work. So
Yeah.
I mean, she's
all right. Anyway,
she's
Well,
pretty
Jimmy,
athletically built. She can.
If you box as a professional boxer, they give you a license, and you should be able to find it. Like I boxed, you can find my record if you search my name on the internet. And the only thing I'm seeing here is 0, 0, and 0. So she's fighting exhibitions.
Right.
Interesting.
But hey, at least she has a picture of me with her.
Referring to the
Bones.
skeleton. All right.
Bones.
I just had to look. I'm sorry.
Jimmy, let's actually jump into the article and read through it a little bit here.
A little bit. All right. Let me get back to the top here. It's just I see she wants a wealthy man and do no work. I'm sorry. I check out. But
Yeah, no. I want to see what the hell is going on
let's
here.
see. She has admitted she wants a wealthy man in a racy new TikTok in a video clip that has been watched nearly 90,000 times. The OF star can be seen sporting a low-cut black top, jeans, and slippers while letting her long blonde tresses hang free.
Okay.
Give her 20 years and she'll be on Rhino's channel.
Stop it.
I'm telling you, man, she's gonna have a hard time adulting when she gets older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how old is she now? Does it say how old she is?
I don't even think it says her age in this article. We'll scroll down. She says, and there never seems to be a single penny left for me. That's too bad. I'm sorry, but you show your butthole on the internet for money. I'm sure you have more than enough. Turning her attention to a plastic skeleton, which I hope she named Jimmy. Just saying, maybe.
What?
Which has made shut up, making a joke. Which has made several appearances in her viral videos. She continued, "In my dreams, I have a plan. If I got me a wealthy man,
You know what? I just found out on the internet they're calling her a porn star who boxes.
Okay. All right. So porn star number 1 boxes in her free time.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, according to the dailystar.co.uk, her first job thing is OnlyFans. Fans were quick to comment on the star's post, praising the star for her hilarious content and stunning looks.
Right.
I mean, yeah, she is a gorgeous looking woman. I am not going to deny her that. For now.
That's
20 years. Yeah, no. Well,
I'd say
we
5 years is when she'll hit the wall.
Jackal,
Yeah.
we
Yep.
all know your 3s are 5s. 4s if they make a good lasagna.
I'm just
All
mean,
right.
like my dad said. Even my
Jimmy,
dad says I'm mean.
Let's go ahead and close this one out. Here's the bottom line.
It's good to be mean. What are you talking about?
Well, no, I'm just saying she's an OnlyFans thought. She's looking for a high value man. It's not going to happen. 40 to 80 is a long time. Case closed. We know where this is going. It doesn't end well for her. So let's check back in 5 to 10 years and see how much she's crying about where are all the good men. We don't need to read a whole article about her fucking wants and no.
I did like Bacon's comment, a boxer that sells her box.
Yeah. Let me let me go ahead and jump into the couple articles we have as well. I'm going to pull up.
Before you switch, I want to ask a quick question. If she has a repeat client, does that mean it's a Rebox?
Yeah. I like it.
Nice.
Probably.
You know what's killer about a girl like that? She doesn't even realize, like, she's asking for a rich guy, but meanwhile, she'll just jump on OnlyFans and have a bunch of pay pigs pay all their bills.
Yep. Yeah. So what's the point? Pick one. All right.
There's a reason why her boxing career is 0, 0, and 0.
Yeah. This one I wanted to get into really quick, though. I've only got 2 articles left that I think are relevant. This one and the Why So Many Men Say Single. Although,
I was gonna say the 2 psychologist ones. I think we pretty much covered in that first article.
Yeah, we got through those.
I think we'll be all right.
But this one here, lovemaking.com. Hang on, Jimmy. The Dating Apocalypse Survival Kit, in-depth review. The Dating Apocalypse Survival Kits by Rob Judge and Bobby Rio is a very popular training program on the dating and relationships. Within this ideal program, the dating and relationship coaches reveal their exact system on how they could sleep with several varieties of women they met off mobile dating apps such as Tinder, strategy guides, and how anyone can do the same. By the way, gentlemen, I'm going to stop really quick and interject on that. Here's my advice. And I can't tell you what to do. If you want to leave here tonight and sign up for some PUA course like Only Grands or the Cougar Slang Academy, you're more than welcome to. I wouldn't recommend it. And here's what I mean. Let me be serious here for a minute. Aside from Billy's nonsense. Guys who are doing the PUA thing, sure, they might be able to tell you how to do game and go to the gym and get jack, bro, and start using test. And here are the lines you use to pick up chicks at the bar when they're already fucking hungover. And Me Too's a thing right now. Just keep this in mind. The PUA guys are going to sell you, sure, maybe you get some poon out of it, but what do you do after that? And she wakes up and wants to be in a relationship the next morning. What do you do then? You have no idea how to handle yourself. You've spent $500 on a stupid fucking course that tells you how to get women in bed, but doesn't tell you about the risks of those, pregnancy, herpes, cephalgonolida, AIDS, whatever, your pick. Take your pick. I would advise, if they are selling you a PUA course, if they're showing millions of women hanging off of them and I've slept with 3,000 women, okay, dickworm. Number 1. 2, your money's better well spent on something you enjoy, a hobby, maybe working on your car, whatever. Don't go for this PUA garbage. That's number 1. Anybody else want to add to that?
Yeah, I've got something on that one.
Sure.
About 2-3 years ago, I remember one of these idiot PUA things popping up on my Facebook, and I decided to troll them. I'd already been listening to Pop for about 2 years at this point.
Yeah.
And Sandman for another year. I hadn't found Hammerhand, or Rhino, or Chronic, so I had no idea about their tactics. And it turns out I kind of did the same thing they like to do. I emailed this guy. Well, I saw this thing pop up in my Facebook feed, and it looks like an interesting course. Can you give me some idea as to how effective it is? Some actual individuals in my local area who might be able to tell me exactly what the pros and cons are. And this guy was like, well, I can't really do that. I'd need you to pay for the course. I'm like, oh, so you can't give me a testimonial for a course that's supposedly so good that every time you go out to a bar or a club, you end up getting X number of women talking to you. So how are you not a scam artist?
Right.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, they're I would say the majority of to answer your question there, Broken Pine, PUA is a pickup artist, and they are more than likely just a scam artist.
Yeah, and there's plenty of them. That's
yeah.
the issue. And again, we're not picking any fights here, but there are several people on YouTube and other platforms that are trying to sell you this right now. I would just caution you. First of all, there's far better ways to spend your money, like I said. But secondly, if you, and this is what they said in the comments here, who said that? If you need a PUA artist to tell you to lift and get gains, you've got bigger problems. I would agree with that. Absolutely.
Yep,
but just, I would avoid it. I would avoid it. These guys are selling you pipe dreams. It's just not something I would waste my money on.
I've been doing this, Red Pill MGTOW content for about 12 years, maybe a little longer. And I stay away from the pickup artist stuff. Now, those people, they want to, run their courses, do their thing. I mean, there's a lot of tricks. There's all kinds of psychological tricks you could do on women, cause them to get the artificial, hots for you so you can capitalize on it and take them to bed. But my thing is, why the fuck would I actually try to teach guys that when I literally spent 33 years in the Army burying guys who fucking hooked up with these women, got their assholes ripped out, and then killed themselves? I in good conscience can't do that. I tell guys what to stay away from. I tell them about the red flags, the craziness, the dick stacking, the dick worms, the herpagon and syphilades, because I'm trying to keep guys from fucking their lives up and dying. And I don't like the only course I ever did was the administrative violence, which is a tactic you use to use the bureaucracy we live in against your soon-to-be ex-wife.
Yep.
Right.
See, here's the real punchline behind that situation I told you guys about. The individual whose course I was looking at and trolling, he's currently sitting in a Romanian jail. I won't say the name because I don't want your channel to get zapped.
No, we're already very aware. We'll leave it at that. We will leave it there.
That certain gentleman. Okay.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
leave
If
it there.
you guys remember when he came out, I was very unsympathetic to him. That's why.
Well,
All
I was
right,
just
and-
going to bring this up. If that isn't the biggest red pill, he's the biggest guy of the manosphere right now, right? And all these theories of why he's in jail and all this kind of stuff. But at the core, what they claimed to bring him in for was he was accused by women for trafficking.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe, don't quote me on this, I believe he is set to be released based on some of the stuff I've been seeing come out lately, but don't quote me on that.
The last
the lack
update
of evidence is what I'm
Yeah,
hearing.
the last update that I saw myself was they extended his 30-day
30 days.
Another 30 days because I'm just saying it's probably a fishing experience. I don't know what it is.
All right. And on that,
I don't really care.
Personally,
gentlemen,
I know a lot of people that are in the Hustlers University, and the War Room and the organization that he runs, and listen, there's a lot of high value guys that have joined the Hustlers University, and I'm sure they're doing just fine. And I've been staying away from the whole Andrew Tate thing because I don't like to, attack anybody when they're down. And that's just coward shit. It's dishonorable. I'm not doing it. Now, I have no problem with the guy personally. I don't agree with everything he says. He's a little more edgy than me.
Yeah,
but so what?
How is
I
that
think
even
he's getting
possible?
fucked over. The women who made these accusations, they've come forward and said, no, this is bullshit. So there's something going on in the background that we don't know about.
Yeah.
And mainly I think it's because, he pissed off the feminists. And don't get me wrong, there will come a time in the near future where they'll come after me as well. So just so you guys know that. And I've been preparing for it. So
Well, and that's the thing. And again, I don't pick bones with anybody, but there's been a few naysayers when the whole thing with the individual we're talking about. If you guys know, you know. If you don't, you don't. We'll just leave it at that. But a couple of them were just eager to like talk shit. I'm like, you do understand that whether you like it or not, this guy is not that we voted for it, but he's kind of the face of the manosphere at the moment. He's all over social media. He's all over mainstream news. Everybody's heard his name. He's a household name. And if they can screw that guy over, what's to say they can't just make the rest of us disappear, right? So
Yeah.
when you pick your battles, maybe don't go against your own community. Is all I'm saying. My bottom line is just don't do the PUA thing. But I don't have anything against. I guess we already know who we're talking about. Tate. I don't have anything against him. I don't know him. I've never spoken to him. I probably never will. If he's being set up, that's a shitty situation, and I think it's screwed up. That's it. But guys, just remember, even if you don't like these content creators, that's fine. You're more than capable of making your own decision on who you follow and who you don't. But the issue is if they attack one of us, they can attack all of us, especially if they're taking down the big guys. That makes it easier for them to just remove all of us from the platforms and make us disappear into cells somewhere. Just keep that in mind, man.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was that made the tweet that said, if they can, what the hell was it? Fuck, I thought of it, but it fucking skipped my mind. So moving on.
All right.
Moving on.
What we're going to do is we're going to look at chats here really quick. And then I'm going to open the floor to you guys, and that'll be the end of the show. But let me get through MGTOW here really quick. We've got calling all stations. He's got a few, so I'll just read those off. Since men have natural aptitude for the risk and reward ratio assessment, that is a good explanation for why they aren't bothering to invest the time and effort to pursue the current crop of women. You're absolutely right. The risks outweigh the rewards, so why bother?
Yep.
Absolutely correct, sir.
100%.
Yeah, the next comment he has here, they hate Leo because he proves their aging player stereotype is fake news. Yeah, you see, when a woman dates a 20 plus younger male, it's fine. It's empowering. It's brave and all that crap. But if a man does it, oh, God, he's yeah, he's a piece of shit and all that. Yeah. Okay. Double standards much, ladies. Again, calling all stations says, great point about Tesla. The Wright brothers, too, all were bachelors, and their creations built the modern world we enjoy today. Absolutely, sir. Also in MGTOW here really quick, I want to get J371. We've got probably written by a feminist. We prove that later on. They have zero understanding of the financial devastation that men face in this situation. Absolutely correct, sir. He also says, my brother is part of the unfortunate statistic. I almost was, hence 371. Thanks, Pop. So your viewers are here tonight. Number 371 is in the house, Pop.
Fuck yeah. I'm honored. I really am.
No, yep. I put out the word on the Redoctus community tab saying we're doing a part 2 tonight. So I'm really hoping that we saw a good influx of the Redoctus side come over here to interact.
Like the whole number thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I started off, I made that one suicide video, Purple Hearts Final Beat, and then I did Phantom Holiday and a couple other Debbie Downer videos.
Yeah.
And within 2 years of me doing that suicide video, I had like over 100 guys who like told me in either emails or DM that, hey, you know, that video woke me up and kept the gun out of my mouth. So I had this like running count, and I was, I don't know, like 115, 116. And I went to go talk to one of my PTSD counselors back in the day, an old force recon guy from Vietnam. And I asked him, I'm like, you know, because he'd been a counselor for like 30, 35 years. I'm like, in your 35 years, I mean, how many guys do you think you saved from suicide? He's like, I don't know, maybe 25, 30 guys. I go, okay, that's a pretty good number. And then I told him what I was doing, and he was like, that is huge, man. Over 100 people. I'm like, yeah. And all I did was make a video. And then I didn't really start like making a big deal out of it until I went over like 215-ish. And then I started, I came up with the whole dog tag thing. and I literally have a whole bag. I call it my ransom. I have 512 dog tags in a bag, and each one of the dog tags is a life that's still walking around out there sucking air.
Hell yeah. Yep. And I, sir, am on that list as well. So I much appreciate your content.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I can't
But,
say that I am on the list myself, but I understand the words and the meaning that you've been putting out there, Pop, and I'm still fucking humbled that you and Blake have welcomed me into helping out with your guys' channel, spreading the word, doing what I can to help out. Of course, with Rhino's help as well.
Listen,
it honestly is a blessing. It honestly is a blessing to.
The thing is I'm a stand-up dude. You're a stand-up dude. That's how men are. If you're a stand-up person, you're honorable, and you run across another dude that has a lot of the same stuff. It's like, yeah, sure, come on, we'll work on this together. I don't have a problem with that. I am trying to put together like a network of men where we just do a bunch of shows. There's no infighting, or it's very, very minimal. Yeah. And if it does get bad, then we buy plane tickets, show up, and we box it out with gloves. And then we have some beers and look at tits.
Let me know when that happens. I gotta see this.
Yeah. We talked about doing that. Just let me know. I'm happy to help you with that. And I'm sure most of the gentlemen on this panel tonight would be up for that too. I don't want to speak for you guys, but how do you feel about
hell
that?
Yeah.
Well, you've been telling me to start making content and start streaming for what, half a year now?
Yeah, about 7 months or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I come from a research background. But when it comes to the technical aspect, I need somebody like Blake.
So do I.
I'm a mini Blake. I have maybe a sixth of his talent. 16.
I know a guy. If it's just like technical, like you're trying to build a computer that's good for streaming and high quality video making, I know a guy, the guy who helped me make this computer that I'm running now. I probably haven't even known the guy for, talk about being a stand-up guy. I only known the dude for not even a year. I met him at work. We just started talking, and it was over. He was wearing a Twitch sweatshirt. I saw him at work. I just walked up to him and said, "Twitch sweatshirt. You a content creator?" I said, "Not really. I just got the shirt, or I got the sweatshirt." And that was the icebreaker. And next thing you know, like 3 or so months later, he's driving me to Micro Center, and we're putting together a computer that's almost $4,600.
Yeah. See, with me, I spent close to a little over a decade doing neural and psychological research and genetic and epigenetic research. Wow. I know all the backgrounds. I know how, where, and why people do what they do on a basic biological and scientific level. What I need is somebody like Rhino, like Blake, somebody who can actually like push the buttons. Jimmy's more advanced with this stuff than I am, but I can give you an explanation. You can give me anything, and you guys have seen me break things down live, and I can explain to you how, where, when, and why that's happening.
That's why, Nate, if there ever is like a really deep conversation that needs to happen on Redonkulous, you need to be on that stream, my man.
Let me jump in here really quick. If you guys have ever watched one of these episodes and Crusader Nate has not been here, and you've seen things go crazy, everything happens when he's not here, and I think there's a reason for that. We had our trolls. We had absolute chaos. We had Billy's commercials. Everything happens when Crusader's not here. Bottom line is he is the glue that keeps this show together. So big shout out to you, Crusader. Thank you.
Outstanding.
Yep.
You know what? I read things and I remember them. It's almost like an eidetic memory. I can read a book and tell you what's on what page for 20 years later.
I can't remember yesterday. I'll be honest with you.
I can burn through
memory. It's before I got blown up. And it was a huge adjustment. When you lose that, when I used to think like that, and all of a sudden it's taken away, man, that you want to talk about soul crushing. That's hard to
I can imagine. But Pop, you
That's right,
understand
Eddie,
when I
use
said
the
I can.
brain.
You can read a 400-page book in 24 to 36 hours, retain everything in that book 15, 20 years later, and tell somebody what's on what page, where they need to look, what paragraph, what line.
Wow. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's get through the rest of these chats really quick. We've got J371 again. I did the soul searching. Turns out I have one. Women don't.
That's it's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
True.
All right. Got calling all stations again. These are MGTOW chats. Great points about Tesla. The right, I think I read that one. Yeah, I did read that one. Let's see. 371. Einstein locked his wife out of the room and avoided her while he was formulating the theory of relativity. There's
That's
that.
right. She was going to suck it out of his dick. So he had to retain it until he wrote it on paper.
Instead
Otherwise,
of
you
the
go.
theory,
wouldn't have E
If he-
equals MC squared.
if he
She
would have
was
let her in the
swallowed
room, it would have been E equals MC all over your face.
Yeah, she would
There
have
you go.
swallowed that.
The theory of fellatio instead of relativity.
God. All right, next one here. J371's set up an exhibition about pop. All right. I don't think we have time, sir. But all right, let's move on. Calling all stations. Now there's an idea for an app. Instead of making a person look younger, have it make a young person look older. We have somebody for that. His name's Billy Von Bomb. A guy on a date could put a selfie on his date in a selfie of his date in and see what she'll look like in 20 years. No, there's actually another. If you don't have Billy, if you don't have our friend Billy, I've got another plan for you. I want you to have her pull up a social media for you and show her a picture of her mom. That is her in 20 years. So if you need that on the fly, you don't need an app for that. Just look at her mom.
Well,
All right.
I'm looking for a guy to make some apps for me.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I have homo suspicion points. We can make an app called Gaydar using math. I think that would be great. Another app called Recon the Mother.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I think that would be pretty good. Then we can do like red flags and let's see, dick moves or cunt moves. I mean, I got like half a dozen ideas for apps.
We need a dick stacking test app.
Oh yeah, dick stacking app. and it'd be one of those things you put on your phone when you're in the bar, like, oh yeah, so how many dicks you had? Oh yeah. And then you can have like a stick man and pushes the chick off the platform. If it's a splat or a broken leg or what have you.
So I'll put you down for 3.
Pop,
Damn.
a few years back, there was a game that I found called Stair Dismount. I used to set up a certain level with that, snap a photo of one of the more obnoxious ladies in whatever reserve unit I was in, put her face on the thing, and do the simulation. Occasionally she'd come by and go, "Oh, what's that?" And I'm like, "Oh, just simulating you dismounting your platform."
Wow.
She never understood what I was talking about.
Good.
All right.
Around them.
And lastly, there's 2 more. Calling all stations on both of them. The boxer porn chick is rather beastly. Pass. There you go. And again, Jimmy, you were eyeballing her, but you were looking at her with makeup on, with her hair done. You didn't see her just fresh out of bed. Calling all stations also says Roosh V was the only legit game guy I came across, and he chuckled at all, disavowed his past work, and became a Russian Orthodox monk. I did not know about that.
He went crazy for God.
Huh.
I mean, hey, if it works for him, that's fine. It is
Jacko.
what it is.
Jericho.
I snuck one by the goalie there. All right.
But,
What?
To reference your previous comment there, Rhino, I'm just going to say death by snoo snoo.
Mm-hmm.
One hell of a way to go, man.
No,
Jimmy.
I'd go.
Jimmy,
no.
did
I
you
would be-
forget?
No.
Did
I
you
would be
forget
go-
that link that I sent you? And it was that VTuber goes by Buff Pup, and she's
Yes,
just
I
some
saw that.
buff
She
gym
was-
rat.
Yeah, no, that was. Hey, man, death by snoo snoo.
No.
dying with this. I would be
And
dying with
on-
a smile
and
on my
that
face.
note,
Moving
that
on.
note,
Moving on.
on to Rumble.
Yep.
We have Mwang. These high school girls have been ran through more times than a yellow traffic light. Yeah, God. Yikes. You're not wrong, though. And as far as YouTube goes, there are a lot of chats coming in. We tried to put as many of them on screen as we could
Yeah, I
tonight.
was watching them.
If I missed any, my apologies, but we were both, me and
How
Nate were
many
both
people you have watching?
38.
Let me check on that because the numbers we have on
37.
YouTube. Yeah, it went down. It was at 42, but Rumble usually is the one that's really high. We've had upwards of 300 on some views, but let me see if I can pull up the current numbers on Rumble.
And while you look at that, little piece of advice for any of you guys that are going out there to be pickup artists: lift with your legs, not with your back, because with the average woman of a size 18, that will either hurt your back, herniate a disc, or do some severe damage to your body. So lift with your legs, not with your back.
These women today aren't spinners; they're flappers.
Honestly, half of them I wouldn't even classify as flappers. I'd call them
No, the
smushers.
rumblers.
Yeah.
Because with every step they take, if you set a glass nearby, you will see it vibrate.
Oh,
and you'll
Jurassic
get a
Park.
sudden. Yeah, I was about to say you're going to get a flashback to
Yikes.
Jurassic Park.
Man,
All right, we have
Mando,
30. Jimmy, hang on. We have 36 on YouTube right now, and the numbers started tapering off as we went into chat, so a few people might have tapered off here. We've got 22 watching on Rumble, and actually MGTOW is really slow tonight, 7 over there. But we are still growing this channel, so we do not have the crazy high numbers you guys do, but we are trying.
Well, damn,
So-
I was hoping to see at least in the hundreds for YouTube tonight because I put the
We'll
word
get
out
you there,
that we're
bro.
doing a part 2.
Yeah.
But, it is what it is.
Well, the problem is let's be honest here. YouTube got caught onto me really quickly. What I've noticed is I gain, like in the last day, I gained 18 subscribers. By the end of next week, I'll have 7 of those left because YouTube keeps slowly deleting those every day. And I notice it. They buried this channel in the algorithm, man.
Yeah, so if you are if you have been subscribed to this gentleman right here, make sure I'm pointing in the right direction. That beautiful, handsome gentleman right there. No homo.
Gay.
No homo.
Homo suspicion point. Several homo suspicion points.
I said no homo, so that it cancels out. It cancels out. So if you have subscribed in the past, be sure to make sure you are still subscribed, because I actually did check my own analytics and I did get a little bit of a bump from last night, and I did lose 1. So I'm just saying, if you're subscribed to RedPillRhino, Redonkulous, pop over there, or the gentleman down there at the very bottom with the.
I don't know if we can trust this guy. Let's be honest. Some of his behaviors lately.
It's Billy. We trust him, or at least I
Right.
do. I don't know about you.
I don't know if I can trust that guy anymore. All right, we are at the point where we are about to wrap up the show, so we will do final thoughts. Pop, I will start with you. Yeah, what are your final thoughts this evening regarding our topic, sir?
Well, the whole dating thing is just royally fucked. I mean, I never thought I'd see the day where I have a size 18 Wamalo, whining and complaining that she can't have her 9 or 10. I mean, come on. I mean, these women suffer from Tourette's to the elbow. They're gravitationally challenged. Some of them are so fat they're warping time and space, and they complain where all the good men went. Well, the good men show up, but because of the time warp, they meet themselves coming in and warn them off. It doesn't happen. But yeah, I mean, it is a shit show out there, and it's killing people, and I'm fucking sick of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame you, man. And it's not getting any better, and the women are getting even more delusional. The pendulum will eventually swing back. It has to self-correct. But as of right now, and I don't know how long it takes for them to drift back, excuse me, I just wouldn't engage. I really wouldn't. Billy, your final thoughts this evening, sir?
As a friend once told me, it's the bitches that'll get you. So stay away from them.
Fair enough. All right.
I got.
All right, Jackal, you have the floor, sir.
Oh, okay. Well, just don't even bother because yeah, you're gonna meet yourself on the back end of the encounter with those women, and you're gonna put your hand on your own shoulder and say, "It's not worth it, buddy." It's like meeting yourself when you're getting rotated to the front, and your future self pulls you out of the lineup and says, "You don't want to go over there. It's full of mud, shit, blood, not from getting shot, but from a certain vertical axe wound, and any pebbles that you see floating around in that blood, those aren't pebbles."
Yikes. All right.
Starburst.
Yeah. There we had to, didn't we? Somebody fucking had to. Jimmy,
Of course I had
your
to.
final thoughts for this evening, sir.
My final thoughts.
Come on,
it's
evil
different.
Shaggy.
Evil Shaggy.
Waffles and syrup.
Waffles and syrup, man.
Munging. There,
It's-
that's WS's final thoughts for this evening.
Dunging.
There it
Dunging's
was.
worse.
All right, Jimmy, you have the floor. Sorry.
I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet, but it's difficult for me to say because my inner DNA as a man say you need to help build society, rebuild, make things better, do this, do that, because you're a fucking man. You got 2 testicles and a swinging dong. But society makes it very, very fucking difficult for you to do that. So I would say be smart. Think with the meat in between your head and not in between your knees or your thighs or wherever it hangs. No judgment here. But I'm just saying when the time comes to be a man and sack up and make sure you surround yourself with people that will be doing the same exact thing.
Hey, Jimmy, I have one more thing I need to talk to you about here really quick. Can you hold that up so everybody on the camera can see?
Oh, yeah.
I just love making him do this now. If you would like your own beer koozie or sweatshirt or t-shirt, you just want to support the channel or donate, you head over to redpillrhino.com and you too can be styling like our friend here, Jimmy Bones. So there you go. Get your Red Pill Rhino koozie at redpillrhino.com. All right, moving on. MGTOW Mando, your final thoughts this evening, sir.
Okay, as somebody who has been trying and failing to get a date for years, there's really at this point no point in even trying. The ladies that are out there are either way too entitled or are coming in with way more baggage than any sane man wants to deal with.
Yeah.
There is a little phrase I'd like to close out my part with. This comes from the fictional Mandalorian language.
Okay.
That I think fits with a lot of what this stream and what this community tries to do. Elite Oratia Taldine. Translates, family is more than blood.
Koyashi.
All right. All right. And Crusader, your final thoughts this evening, sir.
You put the pressure on.
I put you last for a reason.
Why? Yeah. Why make me put the
30-pound brain mother fornicator has to go last.
All right, fine. Remember, it's only the 2-pound sack, though. Well, guys, go your own way, do your own thing, find your own peace, and don't bring in things that will complicate your peace or your life or your mind. We all know what those are, and sometimes they are quite alluring and quite attractive at moments. But what's the price of your peace? What's the price of your peace of mind? Take care of yourself, go your own way, do your own thing, surround yourself with like-minded individuals, and work with each other, build with each other, network with each other, and your life will be better.
Right on.
Yep.
All right. My final thoughts this evening. He was officially last. I'm just closing the show. Anyway, here's the thing. Yeah, okay. So there may be a small potential that you find the needle in a needle stack. The woman, she loves me and she's different. It's a very small possibility, though. In today's dating market, in the world we've created, where for $2.99 you can see pretty much anybody in your neighborhood's butthole, including some of your friends' wives, it's really not worth it anymore. Just consider that before you date. Now, that's not going to make all of you stop dating, but just be aware of the consequences. If at all possible, just don't engage where you don't have to. And if you decide to, know the risks before you go in and know how to cut sling load and get the fuck out before you get, destroyed in that relationship. On that note, we'll probably be back, I think, next Friday for another show. So we'll have a new topic. And again, thank you all for watching through to the very end. Again, if you want to support this channel, head over to RedPillRhino.com. It is much appreciated. I thank you guys who have donated so much over the last year. It makes a huge difference. It helps grow this platform. It's the reason we can have all the guests on the panel tonight. Those of you that donated have allowed that to happen. So thank you so much. What we're going to do for those of you on the panel, we'll have our usual after party. So after the show concludes, you can stick around and chat with us. What I will do is put the link now in Rumble, YouTube, and MGTOW, so that if you wanted to join the after party after the show is over and chat with us, you are more than welcome to do so. And then what I will do is show you our Cougar Hunting Academy. We'll close out the video and call it a night. But I have to show that Cougar Hunting Academy. Billy put a lot of work into that, and quite frankly, it's glorious, even if I hate him for it.
So I hate to interrupt you there, but Broken Pine was asking for a safety brief from Pop. So could we get a part 2 safety briefing from the man himself, the man of the hour?
Yeah, for sure, Pop here.
Pop.
Okay. All right. First of all, don't drink and drive. Don't drink and swim. If you're going to fight, don't go to the ground, because that's where you get stomped out. If you have to defend yourself with a weapon, shoot to kill, because it's always best if there's only one person telling the story. We live in crazy times. People are going to challenge you. Pack up and stack up. And if you have to fight, you fight like the goddamn third monkey on the ramp to Noah's Ark, and it is fucking starting to rain, bitch. There you go.
That was absolutely fantastic. And on that note, let's go to the Cougar Hunting Academy.
Hello, my name is RedPillRhino. You may know me from such shows as The Redonkulous Show and Jimmy Bone's Waffle Hour. Today I want to talk to you about a subject that is near and dear to my heart. Cougars. Older women often know what they want in the bedroom and are confident in their sexuality, which can lead to a more satisfying, intimate experience for both partners. However, oftentimes most younger men don't realize the richness and joy an older cougar can bring to their lives. Not only will a cougar shower her young lover with attention and affection, but she will also reward her young lover with gifts and riches. Not only now, but with her insurance policy in the future when things, how can I put this, come to an end. You are probably asking, Rhino, how can I tap into this amazing opportunity? Well, that is where I'm here to help. Introducing the RedPillRhino Master Cougar Slayer Academy. My patented system takes you from level 0 to level 10 hero in no time at all. I will teach you the skills you need to land your own cougar. You'll learn skills such as what to do when your cougar falls down and can't get up, how to check blood pressure and blood sugar levels correctly, wheelchair maintenance and repair, proper casket shopping and selection, diaper changing etiquette, and much, much more. The process begins when you meet with one of our professional cougar consultants who's trained to match you with the cougar that's right for you. Once matched, you'll be introduced to your cougar via Zoom call. That is, if your cougar knows how to work her computer's camera. From there, you will meet your cougar, and your budding love affair will soon bloom into a rich and warm relationship filled with lots of fun times and the many inevitable doctor's visits. All the while continuing your cougar mastery courses to hone your cougar slaying skills. You may ask, Rhino, this sounds expensive. And that is where you'd be wrong, because I am bringing you my services for the low, low price of only $69.95 a month. For this amazing low price, your world will be transformed forever. A world where you and your cougar will romp and enjoy life as it was intended. But wait, there's more. Not only will I be bringing you my cougar slaying courses for this incredibly low price, but I'm also going to include the Cougar Cub Connection Network, a place I created for you to meet other like-minded cougars and cubs to share in your amazing journey. But you need to act now as space is limited and classes are filling up quickly. Join the hundreds of happy and satisfied cubs and cougars today by joining the RedPillRhino Cougar Hunting Academy. You'll be glad you did, and so will your cougar. Join today by visiting RedPillRhino.com. My name is Rhino, RedPillRhino. I'm what you call a Master Cougar Slayer, level 10.
We are the arbiters of this society.
Repeat after me. As a good citizen, we must maintain a neutral carbon footprint. Repeat. Repeat after me. We must eat the bugs. Repeat. Repeat after me. We must eat the bugs. Repeat.
This is a world that we create and manage. The people, they need to be controlled. We will give them truths, but only our truths. They are not to seek information anywhere else.
It is my job to keep order. So what you saw didn't happen. Erase everything.
You a grunt? I used to be one. And I was good at it.
I know. Things were simpler then. I have some questions.
You need to understand, we're being hunted.
By who?
Bring him to me.
Breaks the world.
Your story isn't over yet. There's still a page left.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions, they blocking your vision. But no, you can't listen, that shit is all fiction. Cause you hold the power as long as you're driven.
There's no way that you make it. And maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Are you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Are you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back? Fucking fight back.
You ain't never ever gonna break it. You can never beat them and they're better than you face it. Thinking that they give a damn, you're not thinking straight, kid. No, they don't give a damn, you got what I'm saying? I'm not fucking playing, I'll give it to you straight, man. There's too many others and you're not that great, man. Stop what you're saying, stop what you're making. Everybody here knows that you just faking. Nah, I don't wanna hear it anymore, I don't wanna hear it anymore. All these fucking thoughts, they are not what I need anymore. I'm about to shut the motherfucking door on all you poor ass haters with your heads in the clouds, talking out loud so proud. You better shut your goddamn mouth before I do more speak out. It's about to head south.
You're never gonna make it. There's no way that you make it. And maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Are you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Are you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back?